immediately is going to be able to get a little bit of that faster clear speed against Tarzan.
And we do see, you know, second most played jungle champion there for SofM, but first most played support champion for Lwandy as he grabs the Alistar this time around. It's going to be paired away with that Tristana for Light. So still that damage potential coming through, still a lot of that carry potential coming from Light, where we said that is where LNG thrive.
Typical bot lane right now. I'm expecting Rell Kai'Sa to be picked here for Suning. Pretty much just rounding out exactly what we'd expect in these three first pick, where it's jungle and bot lane. Nothing's really changed too much. Rell and Alistar, it's not like they full-on counter one another. Sure, you're, as Alistar, always going to be able to stop the Rell from going in immediately, but you always have this ability as Rell. Once he headbutts in, you can stun him before the pulverize will come too, to be able to get that knockup guaranteed as well. The Jinx, however, does have me worrying a little bit. I would like to see this. I thought Huanfeng did a great job on this, but the Kai'Sa is usually the fallback, so seeing this Jinx instead makes me more excited.
Hey, and speaking of excited, you know, you do have the...
I did that on purpose.
The spec. I know you did. I know you did. It's fine. It's fine. But I do really... I mean, this combination worked out really well for them last game. It is a little bit different. As you said, that champion of the LPL so far, and the fact that the Kai'Sa is still up but not picked is interesting to me. We get a throwback here, so we haven't seen a lot recently though, Magicals. We're gonna get the Graves for Tarzan.
Definitely an interesting pick coming in, and it's expected, isn't it? What is that? 4 bans towards the jungle, technically 5, because we've seen SofM play Grog's jungle. We had a lot of focus there, so you got to get something fast, because I'm pretty sure Suning would have continued to pinch that pool had they not grabbed that. Graves is all right into the Olaf. It's pretty much just trying to outfarm one another and see what you can do from there. So it's going to be a lot on LNG to be able to draft lanes that are going to be able to help out this Graves as well when he's looking for these early ganks, or honestly, when he's looking to fight around the scuttle crabs, because Olaf is one of the best skirmishers, and if you're going to be able to beat him to the punch on these, you need lanes that are able to win and getting the lane priority if you want to hope to be able to stop him.
And some very particular bans coming out for LNG. They get the Seraphine away, they get the Jace away. A lot of focus on what they were facing up against last game and not wanting to deal with a lot of those strong pieces that came through for Suning. Although Suning do take away the Scion, so trying to even up that top matchup maybe a little bit, try to get that away from Kuya. And the Zoe also comes away, so Icon will not be able to pilot that one. Gnar is the 4th pick though for LNG.
So this makes me wonder, are we going to see the Renekton pick come here for Ben, or are we going to see something a little spicier? I would personally like to see an Aurelia pick.
Hey.
This is something that's a lot of fun to see, especially for Ben into this Gnar to really be able to bully him in lane. It would be a fun pick, but we have to see what they're going to be able to pair up, since they got that Twisted Fate for the roam potential, level 6 capability with a Camille, just the same as getting that Aurelia. Yes. So I'm down for that as well.
I am 100% all in right now. I'm loving these compositions coming out from both sides. A little bit more particular, I guess typical, sorry, for LNG, where we're seeing a lot of those picks that come through all the time in the LPL, besides maybe the Graves. But the other side of it, Suning flexing a little bit here, getting that Camille out there, getting that TF out there, and the Azir will be the answer for LNG.
Pretty surprised by that last pick. I thought it was going to be the Orianna. Azir, you know, kind of does fit into this composition though, doesn't it? If you look at what LNG have drafted, they have pretty decent lanes. It's going to be a bit difficult in this spot lane, because Jinx just early on is going to be able to outrange Tristana, and if you can get a little bit of pressure coming in from SofM, you can make it so that this Jinx and Rell combination are going to be able to push back and get that level 2 spike to be able to bully them around. Mid lane, though, you're expecting Icon to be able to have the first shove. It's not until you get a little bit further in for Twisted Fate that he's going to be more confident pushed back.
Side, right? As we do hit the rift for the second time here. Can Suning secure their playoff berth with a quick 2-0 over LNG, or do LNG have something to say about it? We'll find out soon.
I was hoping to hear the cheers of the crowd. That's okay. We're loaded up onto the rift. We're all ready to see these two teams fight it out, but nothing too fanciful. You know me, I love to see level 1 fights. I get really excited when teams try to invade and skirmish early on, even if they shouldn't. I still like to. It's just fun shenaniganery, you know?
Shenaniganery. Yeah, that word. It's just gonna make a comeback here.
It's a great word. Everyone should use it.
I don't know if I'd say everyone, but all right, I'll buy
Everyone.
in magical
Everyone.
shenaniganery.
100%.
We are seeing similar starts, at least on the same side starts from both junglers here. Tarzan starting on his red, with SofM starting over on his blue side of the jungle. We're going to be starting up those wolves first. And that means that maybe we see something go on at level 3 towards the top side. Maybe, but I would think that we're going to get some butting heads by these junglers on the bot side of the map.
And that works out for LNG. They kind of want to be able to play down towards that bot side. You're expecting Vin to be able to get control, but Huanfeng and on against Light and Lwandy, it's a different story. Remember how I said it could go either way? It really depends on how confident Light's going to be able to play, especially with an Alistar into a Jinx who can outrange him. You already are seeing what happens from that. Jinx is constantly trying to push them away so they get that level 2 spike. They're going to be able to bully them around, but if you're able to make a play down there and then immediately go for the scuttle crab, you can take that away from SofM, who normally with an Olaf would be able to at least outpace you.
Yeah, I wonder how that kind of early matchup works out as well, because we've seen a lot of aggression from these Rells today, especially at the level 1 mark, the level 2 mark, trying to get that priority in the lane. But I have to say, Alistar's, especially Lwandy, has been really good at soaking a lot of that pressure, and they aren't letting that early aggression, that early lane priority really affect them too much. You're already getting the TP from Angel in the mid lane.
Yeah, Cheetah Recall trying to be able to get pretty much the corrupting pot back as well as the boots, because what I tell you, it's about lane priority. It's whoever gets lane priority, that's who's going to be able to back you up for these scuttle crabs. And so far, with that Cheetah Recall and TP back in by Angel, they are actually going to be able to... You can already see Tarzan's pathing. He's not confident going into that bottom side of the map like he once was. Feeling, hey, we can do this. That was a really good call coming in from Suning.
And, you see Suning pressing up on that bot lane. That's where you think, oh, Tarzan, I want to go down there. I want to help out. But it's just not possible right now with the move by SofM.
Oh,
and
no.
Makuya's caught. Yeah, Makuya's in some trouble. He's a little mini Gnar. Not going to get the damage down that Ben wanted. He does burn the flash for both sides, though, so maybe a return gank up there. LNG already looking back up there. Tarzan trying to get this scuttle crab for some more control over the top side of the map. But it will just be a bit of trading early on across both sides of the map for both squads.
That was a good call from Tarzan. Remember, I said how they didn't have the priority bot lane like they would have wanted to be able to contest that, and now they actually might be able to have a fight.
Those Flame Chompers were huge to not get the 4th satchel charge shot off and not get the reset for Light. And again, Huanfeng and On able to stop the pressure. That was an all-in right there. That was LNG trying to get something happening in this 2v2.
They got the flash off of Huanfeng.
That's
the big thing. Getting it off this immobile Jinx is going to be huge for them to try that again soon. Because Hex Flash is amazing. If you have Hex Flash, you take it all the time.
The Angel's here, though. Angel's already down here, already trying to get this bot lane there. He's got the yellow card. They're going to focus on Lwandy, and they're going to be able to get this first blood, no doubt. Who are they going to give it over to? Wait, okay, I was about to say Huanfeng canceled that auto, but he's still able to get it. So it's fine. Everything is fine, magical, and Huanfeng gets that first blood for Suning.
You don't believe the top lane.
Ben, you bit off more than you could chew. He's a mega Gnar. Oh, God. If this turns around, though, I don't think so. Kuya. Oh, no. It's so back and forth up here the top side with that early trade going even.
Wait for that hook
this
shot,
one
man.
as well. Yeah, you got to be really careful for Makuya. He's going to be this mini Gnar, but he knows he has Tarzan here, and Ben goes for the kill. Ben overextends, and now you've got to deal with the shotgun to the face as Tarzan gets the kill.
All right, maybe you went too far on that one. I was rooting for you, Ben. I was here. I believed in you. But once you went under the turret, I was like, all right, now it's doom and gloom. That was too much. Too far. Appreciate the effort, though. A for effort.
A for effort. Does that get you an A in the class, though?
Oh, no, not at all.
That's the question. I don't think that's a good mark right now. But it is going to be the TP burned by Ben to get back to that lane. Not going to be there from Kuya, so a little bit of lane advantage there for themselves. But we'll see how that kind of works out, as it's very even across the board right now. You have slight advantages for Icon in the mid lane for LNG, but it's nothing to write home about. It's nothing that's been really broken open so far.
Yes, there is a slight lead for Icon, but that is expecting the Azir matchup. And Angel's not even level 6, yet he's already roamed bot lane.
Yeah.
I gotta give respect over that. He's just like, you know what? Doesn't matter if I don't have Destiny Gate. I'm still gonna look for the roams. I'm imagining the moment he hits level 6, he's gonna look for that roam again.
SofM starting up this dragon. Typical of an Olaf, getting the early aggression onto the dragon, trying to sneak it away. especially with the power that he has as he gets lower health. And Tarzan not going to come over here. Actually just going to path towards the top side of his map. So that will just be the first dragon given over a lot earlier than we saw in game number 1. And it's going to be Suning taking advantage of it.
I like this play coming from them. I talked about how Olaf just has better clear than Tarzan. You could already see from an experience lead. And look at this. They're utilizing Ben on the top side, having that push to make sure Tarzan can't answer on the other side of the map. Taking away the Scuttle Crab, no control around the Rift Herald, so SofM can continue to have this high tempo early jungle speed.
And I do feel like for the Graves, you know, we have seen a lot of the farming Graves and just getting to the points that make you powerful. Because I do feel like Graves is pretty strong across the board when you're looking at a game in general, right? You have strengths in every moment, but you're still trying to get those item spikes. And he's got the Noon Quiver now, going to have a little bit quicker of a clear for himself. But it's really at that first item spike I want to see him getting involved, even because obviously the play is not get involved right now. Farm up a little bit. Yes, you were able to get that kill over to yourself, but it's still trying to get to that item spike. And that's where I worry and wonder how SofM is going to do here. The Destiny's there, just like you called it. There's the yellow card, and there's the team play coming out. Kuya gets out though.
Oh my god.
That is huge. All the pressure in the world. Suning putting everything up there in the top lane. Gonna come away with nothing.
So, remember how you were worried about Huanfeng canceling that? Oh, wait, hold on. Let's put that on pause.
Hey, there's the full engage here. This time it's gonna work on a Huanfeng. They get the kill. They get the resets. Lights coming in handy. But it's Lwandy who's gonna get the kill. And On just has to walk away right now. Slowly but surely gonna be burned down. And there's the kill to Light. 1 for the ADC here, and a quick 2 kills for the bot lane of LNG.
And that's great for LNG. That's unfortunate for Icon, though.
That is a little bit of damage back, though. That tower damage is going to be huge on SofM. Not able to get the kill onto Icon, and didn't even burn the flash. Did burn that Emperor's Divide, though.
All right. Suning, I get that you're trying to make these flashy plays. I respect it, but you gotta get the kills at least if you're gonna do these kind of plays. Like I was just saying with the bot lane play beforehand, when we look at this 2v2, it's just a good read. I've already said how much I love Hex Flash, plus there was a mistake from On. You need to wait for the Pulverize to look for that Track Repel stun, because you saw what happened. It's an easy target now onto Huanfeng. And beautiful body block by Lwandy, so there's no way that On could get back. The cooldown just wasn't there. It was a nice read all through from the side of LNG, and a little bit of misplay from Suning.
And you saw the play try to happen earlier, weren't able to get it because it was nice Flame Chomper positioning by Huanfeng, but this time around, not going to be there, and they capitalize on that one. I love the play from the bush from Lwandy, right? He waited, he was getting that Hex Flex charged up. Yes, he did get stunned, but the follow-up was too much, and Rell had already used all the abilities to peel back for Huanfeng. I want to keep an eye on that one as we're going further, right? You've gotten a decent amount of gold across the board for LNG, even though it's not different in the lead, right? They're very even in this aspect, but it's who has the gold, right? You have this Tristana with 1 kill. You're trying to get this snowball going for yourself. You also have Tarzan with 1 kill, and I feel like, as I was saying earlier, Graves can be really good in a carry potential if you do get some of those damage items.
Well, and see, this is what I'm wondering. If it's going to be the Gale Force or if it's going to be a Mortal Shield Bow. The reason why I'm not sure which one it would be, and honestly, it either could work, is just you want the burst or do you want to survive a little bit longer. That's going to be what is going to be the thought process coming in from Tarzan. I feel like with what Suning have, the Mortal Shield Bow just isn't going to be enough, so might as well just go for the full burst. Kill them first.
Bursty, bursty, bursty. See if that comes to fruition here. As I was hoping that Suning weren't going to face check that tri-bush, try to clear some of that word. They did it. So, hey, we're happy here. We're fine. We do have a gank in mid lane, though. Icon has the positioning here. Does have the shifting sand still available to him, too. And look to get out. We're getting the 1v1 on the top side, though. Ben taking it against this mini Gnar. They're fully committing up here by LNG, though. They got the flash. They got the TP. They got everything. Do they get Ben, though? Ben using the Hextech ultimatum, but it's not enough. And it's going to be Kuya who gets his first kill.
Nice read by Tarzan here. He's been playing this one really patiently. Knows Ben wants to be able to flex muscles over Gnar. And so, of course, he's just hanging around the top side, taking away a lot of that priority you'd normally get. But here, they need to make sure they bring in Kuya if they want to actually get this Rift Herald.
Tarzan stepping forward. I don't think he knew that Angel was there. Okay, but they still have the shifting sands. They still have the Emperor's Divide. There it is. But look at it. Look at the Ragnarok. It did so much. They get Tarzan, but they both are going to go down. So you have the junglers traded here for either side. The Rift Herald going to survive to tail another tail as we get a little chaos early.
Technically a 2-for-1 favoring LNG, but the nice thing for Suning is getting them off of Rift Herald. Now they can easily make a play once they have Angel TP back into lane. SofM's going to be back on the Rift soon, and I honestly am expecting not the Rift Herald play. They're probably going to look for this bot lane play. You can already see the vision being set up by LNG. Look at Tarzan's pathing. Same thing. They want to actually fight around that objective, and okay, so it is the Gale Force for Tarzan. That's what I was wondering, and I kind of actually do like that a little bit more. There's a lot of true damage that you don't expect on the side of Suning, so having something to burst them down first before they're able to get that onto you is actually a nice touch.
And taking advantage of the item potential, right? You've got that first item completed now over the enemy jungler, over SofM, so they're going to start this dragon up for themselves. They know they have a little bit of priority in that aspect of it, and Tarzan's able to just kind of solo this one out with a bit of shadowing from Lwandy, but it is just going to be that objective trade here, and LNG pick up their first of the game. Oh, no. Okay.
Nice
I was going to say, my God, please don't do it. We've seen too many of those magical.
I honestly did expect that for a second, depending on Tarzan's position for it to be stolen away, but thankfully just one person makes it a lot more difficult for the steal. It's not like, you know, what we've been seeing a lot with those Baron plays where it's a 5-man stack around it, so you have a lot of different targets to be able to hit. So it was a nice, valiant effort by Huanfeng. But now we have dragons tied up, one apiece. So, of course, look at SofM's pathing. Nothing's really too out of the ordinary. The only one that surprises me a bit is On. Not immediately pathing topside. You don't see anyone bot lane. You know the Rift Herald's up. The dragon was just taken. I think that the pathing should be immediately booking it topside, because now that you see Light is mid lane, there's no reason to be bot lane.
No reason to be there at all. But now we're getting the later potential roam by On. We'll see what happens. I'm still very surprised that we're 13 minutes in. We've only seen one attempt at the Rift Herald now, but speaking on it, Tarzan hears me and he starts.
And SofM now clearing the other side. They're not even trying to contest this at this moment. And it's not like they're down that much gold either. It's 1,000 gold that separates the two. The big difference is in the mythic items. You can see there's a Gale Force apiece with a lot of components for both teams. But the big thing is the fact that it's the Gale Force onto Tarzan. He's going to have a lot more of that burst potential. Well, Huanfeng has it a little bit more for safety, for added range as well, to be able to stay in the back line. It's going to be a lot more pivotal for the side of LNG in these early fights, especially now that they're trying to get this gold onto Icon, to get this Azir closer to being able to get into that better spot where you can have your... You already can get your mythic item, you can get your Nashor's Tooth as well, so you can be a lot stronger.
And perfect timing as we crest that 14-minute mark. Getting some plates onto Icon, as you were saying, is going to be nice. Get a little bit of that gold against this TF, who has been really good about roaming around the map, getting some team play action going. And so you've got to try to punish it where you can. The first tower does not fall just yet, though, Magical. We're getting close, but not there just yet.
Not just yet. The mid lane's really close. Bot lane, you can see there's a lot of damage onto it for Suning, but top lane as well, reciprocated. I'm waiting to see what LNG wants to do with this lead they've gotten for themselves. They've gotten themselves in a nice little spot, and also we have an interesting build from Kuya to find Tsundere instead of going for the normal Stride Breaker. And that's the thing that surprises me a bit. Normally, we've been seeing that. I like that Icon was able to get that tier 1 mid purely by himself. I feel like Suning are just not feeling themselves on this map right now. They're kind of getting themselves run about. They had all that early pressure, but the fact that a couple of those kills fell right through their fingers has got them a little bit anxious on trying to make these plays, because they don't want to have that happen again and again.
And for me, right, for Suning, like I feel like you've got strengths everywhere else. You've got a lot coming out from Angel in the mid lane on this TF. Huanfeng is on this Jinx going into the later game. I need to see more focus towards Ben. He's 0-2 right now in this Camille. This is a power point for your team. This is where you like to play through. And we haven't been able to see that kind of combination come together just yet in a great fashion for SofM and Suning.
Exactly. This has been a bit of the problem. Ben got this pick to be able to beat Kuya in lane, but Tarzan was able to show up both times to make sure that nothing happened. And the one nice play that looked like Angel was there to be able to have the Destiny Gate so they can get this kill over to Ben, they kind of bumbled it a bit. They weren't able to actually get the kill secured, and it was what we were trying to say with Huanfeng canceling the auto in the bot lane that almost let Lwandy get away when it was first blood. They need to just commit and get the kill. It doesn't matter who gets it in the early stages, as long as you're getting the kills to get you that tempo lead.
And the objective advantages right now for LNG are big, right? I mean, yeah, you've gotten the Rift Herald, you've gotten a Dragon, but now you're up 2 towers. And it's going to be the mid lane and bot lane tower, which means you have more priority over the Dragon. You have more ability to move around the map and control the bottom side of the map. And that's what I'm looking to next for LNG. Secure those areas that do feel confident for your squad.
Oh, look at this.
You get on Flash again. There's the Destiny 2. They get the kill onto Icon. All the triggers pulled, and there it is.
Well, so much for that burst, but now look at Kuya and Ben. Ben's finally looking for that solo kill.
Yeah, he's got the Trinity Force here too. Hextech ultimate. Oh my god, Kuya as the mini Gnar is going to have no chance. There's the Mega Death Rocket just for some show on top of it. But Ben is asserting dominance down the top lane.
That's what you'd expect, the Camille and Gnar matchup. When you go mini Gnar, you're kind of SOL on that one. You're not really going to be able to survive once he jumps on top of you. It's pretty much doom and gloom. And this is what we were saying. It's like it was nice that LNG were able to get Kuya slightly ahead. But the Camille matchup wants to 1v1 him constantly. Yeah. And unless Tarzan is always there, there's not really much you're going to be able to do, even if you get a couple of kills over the Camille.
We do see the Dragon started up by LNG, Tarzan, Icon there, as well as Lwandy, and see if they can get this this objective control under wraps, right? They're on 2 Dragons now. Still got a little bit to go, though, as we're going to get a replay of that insane play from Suni.
I mean, there's just so little reaction that Icon can have, right? It's a flash, Megastorm, attract, and repel. And then top lane, I love this. That, you see, Kuya just
we go back to live magical. We're getting caught. SofM is almost caught, actually. That Ragnarok's going to help him get out with the being able to not be CC'd in that fashion. And I thought that something was going to happen. I thought LNG were going to be able to get that one and catch out SofM, who's been so pivotal to Suning, but unfortunately they're unable to, while using a lot of tools for themselves.
But still, I want to go back to the objective game because you brought this up. They've gotten 3 towers for themselves on LNG. Plus, getting 2 Dragons now is giving them a little bit of a lead in the map. You can see that while the gold is only 1,500, at least it's a bit of a lead. It's going to make it so that if a team fight were to break out, which probably isn't going to be likely, Suning don't really want to play a full team fight yet. They're far more about the skirmishes and picks. That's what they really want, but LNG do not.
On gets completely caught talking about those picks as Icon gets his first kill, and LNG make the move.
LNG saying, you know what, if your comp can pick, we can pick too. And On is just unfortunately a bit too squishy. So I'm going to look at this replay in the corner just to see what happened. I feel like it's just SofM trying to play
It was just SofM being a little aggressive.
Yeah. Trying to take a lot more than he really deserves. Trying to get a little bit more of that lead. That's all it really was. And getting out of there is a bit lucky, but it did blow the flash to be able to survive. So for the side of Suning now, we're in a position where they have good split pushers. You can set up a 1-3-1. You have pretty good pick as well, but you're behind. You need to be able to find these picks soon. You need to be able to utilize mispositioning from LNG because they're going to group up soon. They're going to try to be a goon squad. They want to be able to tag team. Like, that pick there was off the back of 4 members of LNG all being grouped up together. So they saw a target out. They're like, perfect, we're all here. We want to fight anyways. If they want to fight us, this is just going to play into our hands regardless. So for Suning, soon they have to be able to set up something to find someone. If they can catch out Light, if they can catch out Tarzan, that will make it so they have all the priority they need.
And for me, it's a bit of a dive here, actually, as we're going in. The yellow card going to buy some time. I was going to say he's almost Mega Gnar. He goes in, and that's just Angel gone.
Bada bing, bada boom. Kuya 1v2 saying, I got this. Let's go. And that's why you don't go on to Gnar when he's about to go Mega. You leave him alone because he can turn that around, especially, like I said, I might be critical of the build, but that's what it can do. Normally go for the Stride Breaker to be more of the team fight player. That's what this composition of LNG wants, is to be the team fight. But there, in a side lane, with the 1v1, it's so much better. And now they can immediately turn to the Spare.
LNG picking up the tempo, continuing to push this, and force Suning to find responses here. They do find Lwandy coming into a bit of a fight here. That's already the Baron gone. Do LNG get out of here, though? As you see, Suning want to stop their backs, want to try and take away some of those Baron buffs, but they're unable to find it.
No, that's one of the hard things. If you look at everyone on LNG except for Lwandy, they all have an ability that gets them over walls on their own. A dash of some sort to be able to get right back over the wall, so they're not really that threatened. Normally, red side is so dangerous to have that kind of play unless you're able to fully control and be able to kill someone like SofM first. But if you can all jump over the wall, it's only Alistar at that point that you're leaving, and he has Hex Flash. He can just use that to get over the wall.
So I want to lead into the point you were talking about earlier, where like we're trying to see what the damage potentials are, the item break points for these guys. And I will say that, you know, in that team fight potential, LNG definitely have the better pieces to it. But Huanfeng on the Jinx does have his Runaans completed here. So you have a lot of team fight if they're grouping up. And I do feel like that's what LNG want to do. But it's about Huanfeng staying alive, right? Not getting picked off by these strong members of LNG.
And that's going to be the difficult part. The damage source of Suning is all on Huanfeng. You need this Jinx to be the hyper carry. While Angel, sure, gonna be a little bit of damage. It's not that much. It's not enough to make up for the lack, because if you look at the build, it's the rapid fire cannon build. It's to pick someone off. It's to try to catch someone out of position. You need to be able to do that. You're not really going to burst someone like Light, like Tarzan, like Icon out. You're going to just lock them in place so someone else can do the damage.
And this just feels like Suning don't have a response here. They're getting their base just taken out. The buildings are falling, are crumbling right now. And LNG are doing a really good job of picking their fights, picking their moments here. They will have to back off of that bot lane push. It is a tricky situation there, as LNG wanted to get away from the potential re-engage from Suning. Ben is staying up here on the top lane. Does have TP available to him. He's going to go ahead and start backing now. But LNG are continuing on this bot side, are continuing to try to get this inhib tower as On goes in. Here's the damage down. There's the TP on the backside, the Destiny as well, but On's already gone. How does the flank happen here? Angel in the bush, Ben coming in. There's a lot of damage on Huanfeng. There's the resets though. Mega Death Rocket goes in. Look at Kuya though. He's on the back line right now. He stopped everybody from further engaging, and it will be Icon and Lwandy who go down. Suning able to find something there. Yeah, they're on the back here. I wonder if he still wants to fight. He gets the hook shot in. They're going in there. That's already Kuya down. They're flashing forward. LNG are running for the hills. Huanfeng able to get a couple kills, and that's going to be a double for him. He's going to chase down Light, make it a triple.
What a zap there from Huanfeng to grab Tarzan, just barely hitting him, and Ben's flanks were on point. Beautiful fight from Suning on LNG to be able to catch them out, and this is critical because not only does it stop the Baron push, but it stops the potential soul point that LNG were set up for.
And just out of nowhere, you had infinite pressure being put forward by LNG. They were pushing down those lanes. They had Baron buff. They overextend. They stay too long. And you cannot do that against a team that's disciplined like Suning.
Well, this is the thing to me. Look at Angel behind. You know he's there. They have this idea, but he targets onto Icon. So there's no Emperor's Divide to cut them across. And Kuya is not yet at that Mega Gnar form. He jumps in a bit too early. They needed to be able to poke out a little bit more. Kite back, because all this did was let Ben set up again. They wait out the Mega Gnar timer since that was used way too late. And now, boom, jump right on top of him to be able to melt him. And here is just where I love how Huanfeng was able to play this. The zap. I barely was able to see him with the help of that blue trinket, but it was
off of it.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was just really good play calling there from Suning and target calling. I think that Ben really was the game changer right there. Still having that side flank, Angel setting up the flank, but both of them colliding together on the backside. It forced LNG to kind of make a call right there, right? They weren't able to. Now, Kuya's caught again. Got a couple more members following up. The zap off from the side as well. Kuya gets the Mega Gnar, but it doesn't matter. SofM gets the kill, and Suning are turning it on right now. You still got to be careful, though. Light is still very strong. He's getting a lot of the split push pressure down, but Suning are taking these team fights very handily.
They're just looking to see who's the straggler, who can they catch out of position and then jump on top of them. And it's working perfectly for Suning. They've got Icon having to flash away from the zap too. That is going to be massive for these next pick potential fights.
And that puts LNG on the back foot here. You've got to deal with Ben now, who's been a menace in the split push, has been able to get a lot of damage. Is actually just going to get this tier 2 tower, Magical.
What I say, 1-3-1. That's another good composition that is in this for Suning. Not only do they have the pick potential, but they can easily set up Angels, set up Ben in these side lanes to be able to demolish these turrets so quickly. And once we get that hourglass finished for Angel, he's going to be able to utilize the Destiny Gate immediate Zonias the moment he lands, so that as long as he gets the gold card out, that's his point. He locks down Light, he locks down Icon. Probably not going to be Light since he still has that cleanse, but if they can get rid of that before he goes in with a gold card, you know that Light's the next target.
And I just am seeing this 5-1-3 Jinx on Huanfeng, and I'm getting so excited as we're going to keep going with the puns.
Hey, that's my joke.
We're going to keep going with it. All right, we're going to keep rolling with it.
I'm calling you out. Calling him out.
In reality, though, I loved it because we highlighted a little bit of like that team fight potential for LNG, and I was saying that Huanfeng, you know, having that Runans, if they are grouping up like they like to do, like their composition likes to do, you're going to have all that extra benefit coming through with those triple rockets, with those triple shots coming out, and it's been a monumental fight advantage, at least for Huanfeng.
But see, this is the one thing that is really nice for LNG. They do have this death ball potential. It's really hard to crack this unit. You can see Ben was looking for a flank there, looking for a way to be able to disrupt the backline. But it's so hard to be able to get through because Lwandy is going to sit on top of Light and Icon from now on. There's no need to have this Alistar ever go in, but as long as they can keep them split, this is how you beat a composition like this, as you utilize your side lanes.
And I was a little worried that Suning were to get caught there from the trigger pull of LNG, but LNG are unable to find it, don't want to commit fully to it. And they're bleeding the side lane towers. That's another one that Ben's able to secure, and now they've caught Lwandy here. I don't know if it's exactly the person you want to go for, but they do pop the Ragnarok on SofM, and Lwandy getting a little bit low. Look at the backside of the fight, though. Tarzan there. There's the Magnet Storm. There's the triple. That's going to be the kills, and Huanfeng is going crazy right now. SofM is under tower. They are just tanking it up right now, and Ben and the rest of the company is too hot to handle right now. Angel finds the backside flank. They get the stasis from Ben. They do not want to stop Magical, as Huanfeng's under 2 towers right now, and he's going to get the double. Suning are in mid lane, and they could look to get even more advantages for themselves. Could they just look to end it?
They're gonna look at how long it's gonna take till anyone. Lwandy's gonna be the first to respawn.
Oh my god, we got 2 crazy endings here. Suning were on the back foot this entire time, and they take the win. Suning locked their playoff berth.
Way to go, Suning. Beautiful potential, beautiful fights, beautiful flanks coming in from them to be able to pick apart LNG entirely throughout that, where it looked like they were at the precipice of defeat. They were back.